Yo, Bray, when we getting that Fiend update? I don't know, man. I was hoping Elite Series 85 would have brought some heat. Hey, it's Wrestling Hero Figs. Elite 85 did bring the heat, and yes, we already have the ringside exclusive Bray Wyatt, but we haven't gotten the update, man. When are we going to get? Drop a like if you guys want to see the next Bray Wyatt figure to be the updated look right here within the custom. Now, we do have comparisons, and I definitely want to look at Karrion, Kross, and Aleister Black. We're going to do a triple threat Figgy review. So again, come join us if you guys want to pick any of these up. Hit the link in the description below. Discount code here is going to save you 10%. Look at that, man. That's the face you make when you know you're saving that money using WHF's discount code, man. Again, full series right here. Do turn on that notification because we still need to cover The Undertaker, Becky Lynch, as well as Liv Morgan. On the back of the packaging, it's going to talk about the Universal Championship Gold, WWE, even the Raw Tag Team. Yes, I know we're missing them. RIP to one of the late greats. But you know what? Let's get this unboxed. We got to get it reviewed because I know you guys want to see what is going on. Updates were definitely required. And did we get it within this figure? I honestly think so, man. From all the stuff that we've seen so far within this fig, I truly think that they captured within the upgrades that we were looking at. The accessories, we are going to get interchangeable hands. We're going to get the full-on open. We're going to get the mic open. And we're also going to get the gloved hands. Only downfall from what I'm noticing is that they still have yet to give us the tattoos within the actual hands. Yes, the gloves do have the design, and Huskus the Pig was the final member. No, Hero Figs, it ain't the final. We still have a couple more. If you are including the ones that were introduced a little bit later, I want to do some comparisons too with the last Bray Wyatt set that we got with the ringside playset, right? Here's Vinnie Mac. If you guys want a little height comparison, you can see that Vinnie standing slightly shorter from Huskus. I think that the whole expression on this, it is perfectly ideal as to what the pig truly represents. You can see all the chocolate design. You can see that his favorite friend that was hanging out in the backyard earlier has come to join us because he also wants to check it out, man. I'm loving the bandana, digging the whole cufflinks that they added right here within the hands. And then the shirt, you're going to notice that even the shirt itself, it's going to get some wrinkle effects, a slight pocket up front, and not much going on in the back, except the hand to put it in there so you can play out all that action that they love to do at the Firefly Funhouse. What does that all entail? Of course, man, you got to let them in to get that answer. The shorts, they are going to get a bright yellow accent with a lot of wrinkles. There is no actual articulation within the figure. There's no neck peg either, so moving this around, you're not going to be able to do much except have him already pre-posed and determine if whether or not he's going to finish that whole damn box of chocolates. What the heck, man? I broke the piñata for what? For this, man? I'll tell you what, Bray Wyatt, let's get you out because I also want to check out what's going on with the lower legs because that's probably the first thing that I noticed. I know that the last Bray Wyatt figure, they went ahead and did a full repaint within what they had released in the prior release with the very first original Bray Wyatts. Now, was that a problem? Of course it was, man. It was flaring out. It didn't look right. So what did they do? They really brought it up. They did the exact same thing that WHF had in mind when it came doing the whole fix-up of it all. And of course, it didn't just stop there because the mold on these, this is based off the old Dean Ambrose figure that I had done up. This is done up right there from the ground up. And the molding, oh man, this is just so much better. Really, the only thing that I got to point out within the pants is going to be the belt. Points of articulation, since it is a brand new mold, I'll go ahead and cover it. You can see that the legs go pretty far out. They do go this far forward. You're going to get the upper thigh cut. You're going to get double hinge right there in the knee. But you are going to warm it up some because what's going to happen with the top piece, it'll lock up on you if you tried forcing any further. For the boots right here, you'll still get the ankle articulation with the full pivot right there within the ankle, but there is no calf rotation. And you normally don't. You rarely ever see that with pants. So as far as points being docked, I really can't take that away from it. Now for the upper torso, even though it's looking very reminiscent to the very first Elite Bray Wyatt figures, I don't know, at least for the gut area, it's looking like they puffed it out a little bit more because that was the exact same formula that we did use with the custom Fiend. But let's go ahead and cover it because I did notice that they didn't just stop right there. They also added the collar, and we'll talk about that more in just a sec. You're going to get a 360 right there in the waist. Ab crunch will go this far forward, that far back. As far as the shoulders, you are going to get a full rotation right there. Upper thigh cut or on the upper bicep, you're going to be able to rotate that as well. Now for the elbows, keep in mind, since the Elites, they are carrying the same tradition as the Ultimate Edition, you will now start get the double hinge, which is a huge plus right there to go alongside and match up with the AEW figures. For the wrist, you're going to be able to bring them this far forward, that far back, and again, a full 360 right here, as well as on the neck peg. Obviously, you can tell that the collar, it is hindering a little bit as far as the articulation, but it was required, man. We didn't get it with the last release, so the fact that we got it now, and I know this is based off when he was wearing a sweater that actually didn't have a collar pulled out, but at the same time, you say Bray Wyatt, you say Firefly Funhouse, this is exactly what I think of. The other thing that I really wanted to try out as well is that I want to pull out the hand right here. I want to pull out the gloved hand. We're going to interchange it because I think if you have it the way that it has, like full on open with the glove, I don't know if Huskus will be able to fit in there, but I definitely want to try it out because that is a big feature within this figure. So now that we got that plugged in, where is that hole? Well, let's go ask the lady. Well, in this situation, we have a pig. So what we're doing is that we're going to shove it up there. You definitely have to have this hand. I don't know, maybe the full on open might work better, but it stays on there real well. I'm not seeing like any problems with it coming out. Like even if I move it around, you can see how Huskus, he stays in there pretty well. Ranking, look, I'm telling you, this Bray Wyatt, this is what we needed. We needed Huskus. This should have been the figgy that should have came out the gate within that playset that we got with ringside. So why'd they put it out later? Well, that's how they get you, my friend. So I'm going to give it a clear 10. I think this freaking Huskus, I don't know if most people will end up doing that. I did notice that I hopped on eBay and a bunch of these started popping up for the old version. I still think this still has a lot of benefits, but again, it's all depending on the style. Or if you're just trying to add the final member to wrap up the Firefly Funhouse. Now we got Aleister Black right here. This is the third released. First one was the NXT TakeOver, and the last one, I do have it right there. So the jacket, it's got to get pulled out because Undertaker, he's been asking for it. Even though he's not in this figure review, just know that him and Deadman, they don't got something lined up. No. Like they were talking about it. Like that was his thing, right? He was down in NXT. He was doing the whole dark theme, and then he gets called up, and then we completely don't see the man. Like, where did this guy go? I know he's talking about, I just saw him post on Instagram the other day, so I do see some happening. Hopefully, maybe even WrestleMania. Throw him in the damn pre-show. Do something with Aleister Black, or one thing that might end up happening, and you guys know that it's happened in the past, and it always repeats itself in the backdrop. Why are you sliding out, man? Are you stuck today? No, we're not, Hero Fakes. We got Aleister Black pulled out right now, and we have the jacket all trapped in. So what are we going to do? We're going to go ahead and slide it up, check out all the detail, see if the gold, if it was implemented, if they forgot it. No, they brought it today. They even brought the damn collar piece. Look at that, dude. How the hell do you get the perfect collar to stay up? You hit up the dead man. You go talk to him. You pull it up. You lift it up. So if you want to go in the dark, if you want to make sure that if it's like raining or pouring, you want to be covered, man. You don't want to be missing out. You want to make sure that the man stays dry. I mean, if your jacket is looking like this, why would you not want to stay dry, man? It would ruin all the fabric, all this freaking texture. It would just take away from what the figure could have brought. And I do want to put it on too, because I know that that's what this figure, actually all of the Aleister Black figures, that's what they brought. Interchangeable hands. We're going to get two mic open, and they are going to be sharing all the same tattoos that we did see in the past. And that's why it's important, man. You got to get the matches. You got to get the side-by-side comparisons to see if this man is going to be pulling it out with the W right here. The only way to find that out too is with the comparison. So here it is. I'll take this jacket off so you guys can see all of the tattoos, because most of them are pretty much like everything that you saw right here within this figure are going to be the exact same, except once you get down to the actual thigh area, I did notice that there was definitely a lot more added. So if you guys didn't get a chance to score this, check it out. Let's see what we got going on. Let's see the added tattoos. It's going to be on the right thigh is what it is. Yeah, you can see on this one, it's completely all gone right there. Nothing was added. That is, of course, up until the most recent one came along. He wanted to dominate. He wanted to incorporate that. And the other thing, too, I know that the last one had it, the more tattoos that he added right there in the abdominal region. We did not see that with the NXT TakeOver. So paint apps, yes, very much. I would say carrying through pretty much from the ground here, as well as the torso. It is utilizing the exact same torso that we saw with all three of them. As far as the height, I know that's the biggest thing that people have been talking about. Like, would they eventually fix it? Would that be adjusted in a future fix? So far as what I'm seeing, nope, exact same height. So that's one thing they could have definitely done. On the back right here, here it is, man. There is the gem. There is the centerpiece of what Aleister Black loves to represent. And what the hell is that? I don't know. I can tell you. I will tell you that the tights, we are going to get the darker ones as opposed to the gray. So it's going to be based on personal preference. The knee pad, too, will carry the tradition that the guy loves, man. He likes that little extra, right? So if you get smashed, yeah, you're going to get some knee pad in the mouth. But at the same time, you're going to get some pricklies, too. Let's add that jacket, man. I want to see this figgy with the jacket. Points of articulation, too. If you guys did miss that on the previous figure review, again, go check out the WHF channel, man. We're bringing the content over here with WWE and all wrestling related right there. Oh, man, that looks good. I love that. I am really digging that. I think the jacket really brings this figure to a whole different degree. Now, we did show all the detail that was going on in this jacket. Even though it's not the fabric that we were looking for, I think to execute the collars or the way that the hood is coming up, this was the only way to do it. So I'm going to give it, I don't know, I think a 9.5 is pretty suiting. If not, I mean the chase, I know that's got an alternate look, so that is your other option. Now, Karrion Kross, this is the only option. Oh, it's not. Technically, it's the second option, at least for the face expression. There's going to be a basic, which is part of Series 120, which will have more of that look that we know Karrion Kross. Not identical to what you're seeing right here on the front of the packaging, but that fixed up. Oh, yeah, dude, it's going to come eventually at some point. When that drops here in the next couple of weeks, I think that'd be the best way to make the ultimate Karrion Kross. Well, that and also addressing what the hell they did with the kick pads. What is it with kick pads, man? Like, kick pads has always been the struggle with Mattel. And it's usually out the gate, like ones that make their first debut. They did it with this. They've done it with others. I ain't going to mention Gargano. I know his name has been beat one too many times. As far as the accessories, we are going to get a fabric jacket. Very similar to The Undertaker, except that's not going to come all the way down. Interchangeable hands. We're going to get 2 mic open with the wrist strap coming all the way around. I'm going to go ahead and pop this off because the only way to see the jacket, like normally, we'll go ahead, we'll individually do every accessory in and of its own. But I think for Mr. Kross, the only way to determine is this figure going to do it with it or with it out. I'll go ahead and put it on so you guys can get a good idea. And then I want to check out all those tattoos because the tattoo party, dude, I think that's what we're going to call this video. Officially, as of right now, this figure unboxing, it's no longer Bray Wyatt, Aleister Black. No, it is a full-on tattoo party. Not for you, Bray Wyatt, because I know you were missing some stuff with those hands, but we'll discuss that later on. So there it is, man. The jacket looking hot as always. And as we mentioned, it's not going to come all the way down like The Undertaker, but at least the style and the collar, the way that it was all stitched together, it's right there just the way like the dead man loves it. Collar being pulled up. For those that are curious, you ain't going to be able to do it because what's happening is that with the bottom, it's all actually pre-stitched midway through, so you won't be able to do that. And why would you? I don't know. Maybe you just want to have fun. That's what we love to do, man. We don't like pulling the collar down. Like, if you guys know Hero Fakes, you know the man, he doesn't follow that straight line. He likes to go outside just like Mr. Karrion Kross. And that's always, I don't know, that's always been the struggle, man. I always like the indie name better. So for me, I'm still trying to transition. I know it's been months and months, but at the end of it all, Dan, it's freaking Killian, man. It ain't no freaking Karrion. And why'd they kill it? And why'd they take away the killer part? Well, PG era, that still lives down in NXT. I'm sure if he does make it to Raw or SmackDown, maybe then he'll bring back that old school that the man loves. Drop a like, man. If you guys prefer that original name that was truly like really doing something for him down there, and not that he's not, I ain't saying that. All I'm saying is that if you got a damn good name, don't change it, man. Keep it, let it live, let it grow and develop into something great. And the tattoos on this whole figure, they are very much there. The expression too, I do like this one. Look, here's the basic coming up here in 120. As good as that one is looking, that one is like the true expression. This one is kind of like, yeah, man, I'm first out the gate as an elite. Only way that this figgy should have came out. Only thing is, though, is that, all right, we got the design right. We're talking about what's going on within the tights, and that's really where it all stops. But when you come down here, what the hell? Here's the caps. This is exactly what we're talking about. And I actually do own a pair of kick pads. I'm talking like real genuine ones that you put on. Usually what ends up happening when you slap those on, it's going to cover the entire calf. It's not going to be like right here getting cut off. And I know the main reason why they did it, they wanted to stay there within that 6'4" marker. And it's tough to do that. Like if you put this, like Aleister Black, prime example, right? They couldn't figure it out. Like how are we going to do that? Are we going to do the same thing as Karrion Kross? We're going to have to fix something out, man. 6'4", I do see it. It's not that I don't, but I think the height could have been either adjusted in the upper thigh or the choice in torso. Even though I do love this, I really dug what BEW did. Here's the old comparison right there as to what the man brought, and here's Mattel. I'm still giving this regardless of what we got right here with these kick pads. I think a 9.6, it's still pretty good. Give me your thoughts, though. Let me know how you guys feel about it. Do you guys want to plan on completing the rest of that Firefly Funhouse? Maybe the jacket, man. Maybe you weren't digging what they brought, even though this one was just as good, man. Karrion Kross, that basic, man. That one's going to get it all turned up. Can't wait for that. I want to thank you guys for watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one. Yowie wowie.